What's up? How you doing? Here we are, beautiful day today. Not a cloud in the sky. Really, this weather is the weather that makes you feel good. So, making liver and onions today. You know, in the old days, Great Depression, a lot of people in America, they ate organ meat, especially liver. Liver was like a main thing. Once a week, the women of the time, the Walton's mother, grandmother, they would make liver, and we've stopped eating that. A lot of people, they get a little bit grossed out because it's liver. You know, it's just liver. Not like you're eating elephant tongue. So first, we're gonna chop up the onion, put it in the pan, put salt, pepper. I'm gonna bring a little bit of garlic powder. Let it cook in there, then remove it, leave the oil, which I'm going to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, 100% California Select, and it's first harvest, and that's my favorite type. So we begin here. Let's start up the engine. A lot of beeping back there. This oil, I discovered it, you know, in recent times, and it's a gem. You can use any kind of onions that you want. I use any kind. I prefer the red ones. They're kind of purple, I don't know. But you can use the white sweet ones, whatever. I'll just say this, that onions make the meal. A lot of people, they don't know that. I don't know, they smell sulfur, but, you know, in the old days during the Great Depression, you would take one of these, cut it in four, a little bit of salt, and a piece of bread, and you would eat bread and onion. Delicious. Alright, we'll cut a little bit off the edge here. Alright. So we're gonna just do half rings. I have a cutting board inside, but I didn't bring it. So we put it there. It smells delicious. Delicious. Can't beat that aroma. Sometimes when I'm out here at night, you know, people getting back from work, not night, but you know, about 7 o'clock, evening, they're getting back from work, and you can smell the cooking in the neighborhood. A sensitive person has to be. Nice. So we let this cook for a while, get a little soft, take it out, then put the liver. And the thing with liver, don't overcook it. You overcook it, it becomes like a snow tire. Put on your car, go up the mountains when it's snowing. But you gotta cook it just the right amount. A little less is better than too much. And this is veal, so it's very tender. Didn't get to bed yesterday until 3:30 in the morning. 3:30. Then I closed my eyes, and before I knew it, it was time to get up at 6. So hopefully tonight I will get to bed a bit earlier. Hopefully. Put a little more olive oil. I'm a big fan of olive oil. Eat a lot of olive oil. We add some pepper. That aroma, oh man, even if you're not hungry, you get hungry. Salt from Himalayan mountains, aka Pakistan salt. Beautiful mountains in Pakistan. Alright, now, needs a bit more time in here. I want to tell you something. When I cook liver and onions, reminds me of Boss Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard. Now, I don't eat them like he did, but there was an episode one time where I think he was in his office there and he was eating raw liver. I don't eat raw liver. I never have even tried raw liver, not even like an atom, not even an atom. But anyway, he's eating raw liver. Boss Hogg. So, yeah, there's another video, a couple of videos of me cooking dinner. I mean, liver was dinner, but one of them is out in the desert. Maybe a couple of them in the desert, but there is one in the desert a few years back. I remember that day was breezy, which I can't stand when I go out there. I don't mind when it's breezy in the desert, but I'm doing nothing, like hiking maybe, something like that. But when I'm trying to barbecue or, you know, grill something, same thing. Very annoying when it's breezy out. I remember pouring the olive oil, and the pan was here. I had to pour it, and the breeze was pulling it. But it was very, very tasty. It's not just the liver, it's the onion combination. Another tasty part of the cattle is the sweetbreads, and you get like veal sweetbreads. Fry those up in olive oil. Delicious. Although I will say that those have a bit of a disgusting texture when they're raw. Very slippery. I can't get a handle on them. Very annoying, you know. I feel like I need gloves with sand particles on them. We're getting there. Oh, LAPD helicopter. Always flying around. don't trust helicopters. You know, at least the plane, if it has enough momentum, you can land it. But a helicopter, once you lose the propeller, you just drop. You drop like a rock. You know, even a plane you drop too, but if you're on a plane and you're doing about 300 miles per hour and you lose the engines, like if there's a highway somewhere, you can land. If you have the momentum, it'll carry you there. I always wondered why, especially now, we're in the future, how come they can't do it now? But I always wondered why aircraft don't carry a couple of massive parachutes on board, you know, on the top. So in case something happens, pilot hits the switch, parachutes deploy, and the plane comes to a nice soft landing. Don't tell me that the technology for that does not exist. Abrams tanks, right? What are they, 40 tons each? And they have parachutes where they throw them out of aircraft. They say, get out of here. A big parachute, couple of them open up. Well, you can't tell me that they don't have something that is even bigger than that will deploy in an emergency and have the plane land nice and soft. Or nice and softly, adverb, L-Y. You know, there's got to be a backup. You lose the engines and you just go down. And then in the ocean, how come they don't develop airplanes that when they land in the ocean, they float? Most planes land in the ocean, they sink to the bottom. You'll see the Titanic right next to you. But, yeah, parachutes. Maybe 4 massive parachutes. You hit the button or a manual thing, spin it open, opens up the top of the aircraft. 4 big parachutes deploy. You know, and you land nice and softly. I mean, that way a lot of people that are afraid to fly would at least say to themselves, well, if something did happen, I have a good chance of surviving because we have parachutes on board. Better than nothing, right? Alright, so I'm going to get another plate, put these on the other plate, and then I want to get the liver. And I shall be back. I shall be back. I know Arnold had to say I'll be back, but he wanted to say I will be back. You want to tell him, what's the big deal? I'll be back, is that hard for you? Yeah, I heard that story. He wanted to say I will be back because all was hard. Alright, I will be back in a flash. Alright, I am back. So I have a bowl, I have flour, and I have a liver. Now in here we have the onion flavor, we have salt, pepper, and we'll add garlic. Alright, put it aside, and then I knock it off and break everything, right? Okay, I'm limited on space out here, so we add a little bit more olive oil. And now we're going to cut the liver in smaller pieces, easier to handle. That's it for that. Need a bigger table. I need a table like those movies where they have a rich guy in the movie and the table is like 40 feet long and they have a telephone. I need a table like that. So we take the liver and flour it up. It increases your grip on it, but it also helps on the sticking part. Although that's non-stick, so, but flavor too, texture. Okay. Now we add it to the frying pan. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. I'm gonna wash my hands, and I will be back. All right, I am back. Wash the hands, got a new plate. Very nice aroma, and then you blend it in with the onions. Nice ice water here. To me, the colder the water, the better. Just slightly above freezing, like 32.00001. Yeah, this morning when I got up, 6 o'clock, it was foggy. I looked outside and it looked like an episode of Scooby-Doo. You know, in the swamp or something. But now, you know, we get that, and then it clears out. They call it burning off. I don't know what burns off, the water. Got a big hurricane in Florida, heading that way, Milton. Very dangerous. Very, I mean, that thing is massive. Where are you going to hide? They say evacuate, but, you know, what is it, like over 1 million people have to leave? So it's very difficult. Alright, so the onion and the oil and everything makes it so much better tasting. Don't throw the oil out. The oil is infused with flavor. All right. So, I don't know if you can see that, but right there. Shut off the power. So we add a little salt to this. Very simple ingredients. I don't overdo it. But believe me, if I had to eat lamb right now, like somebody said, the beef is done, the only thing available is lamb, and you're starving to death, I would disguise it with so many things, it wouldn't even look like lamb anymore. I'm not a fan of lamb. Can't stand lamb. Lamb and Star Wars. Anything, I know I've said it before, but anything that has to do with Star Wars, I can't stand it. Can't stand it. All right, I'm gonna go in fast and get silverware, cutlery, and I'll be right back in a flash. All right, I am back. Get the onions in here. So that's it. Liver and onions. The two complement each other. Oh, so tender. Nice. Wow. Delicious. Cooked it just the right amount of time. Very tender, not rubbery. And you know, this is organic, but it's a lot cheaper than beef. Not much of a demand for it, so can't have it expensive. Nobody would eat this. They'd rather have steak, right? But $7.99 a pound. It's not bad. Wow. I can't even tell you how good this is. This is very good, very tender. And the onions, oh. Yeah, this veal liver is really good. Highly recommend it. Snappy meal. Quick. Anyway, I'm going to finish up here, and then I may be back later on tonight. You never know. So that's it for now. Ciao.